Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. I had so much fun making that cherry mead wine, I thought I'd try my hand at a hard cider. I have three 5-gallon buckets of apples sitting on the table with a juicer. The juicer has a black and white Gun Channels logo and the original Early Watch patch stuck to it. My eye candy for this go round is going to be a Beretta 92FS. First thing we're going to do is cut the apples up into pieces small enough to fit into my juicer. We'll get that done and give you guys a look at the juicer running. In 35 minutes, with two fantastic helpers, we officially turned three 5-gallon buckets worth of apples into a sink worth of apples. And then those three containers, 5-gallon bucket, 20-quart canner, and gotta be a 12-quart stainless steel jar. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate the help. On to the juice. After 30 minutes worth of juicing and realizing I needed to cut these apples up into a little smaller pieces to make them fit in the juicer, I realized this is going to be a daunting task. It's going to take a lot longer than I thought it was going to do all this juicing. So, I'll show you guys here what I'm going to do. That's the end of the juicing. I'm going to let that run. Maybe we'll catch this quick. You can see the juice coming out the bottom and the junk leftovers go into that. And there's my juice. It's a little foamy on top yet, but that'll settle out. And then I have 5-gallon bucket and that 6-quart canning jar, which I think holds a total of about 4 gallons. And what I'm going to do is take a flour sack towel. I'm going to wet it down, lay it over the top of the apples. Oh, both of those containers are full of water to soak the apples in. I forgot to mention y'all should soak your apples first. So anyway, I'm going to get these towels wet, lay them over the top, get back after this tomorrow. Say goodnight, Loki. It's the next day. Apples look like they kept just fine. 5-gallon bucket, 4-gallon stainless steel pot, soaking wet flour sack towel over the top, kept them from turning brown. Tell you guys what, you want a great way to collect some fruit flies. Cut yourself up 3 5-gallon buckets worth of apples, leave them sit in your house overnight. They'll have more fruit flies than you know what to do with. I'm going to get the juicer set up and we'll get some juicing done. There it is. Collected about 5 gallons. It took us about 3 hours. We did stop a couple of times to let the juicer kind of cool off and rest. I went ahead and pulled off 2 1-quart jars of just good old apple juice, non-alcoholic, without the ferment yet. Of course, they are sporting Gun Channels logo patch and the Early Watch patch. Of course, the Beretta's sitting there. We're going to take our original gravity reading, lower our hydrometer down into our juice, and I have not added any sugar. We're going to go with the natural sugars that are in this, and it looks like it's reading 1.040. I'm not 100% sure what that works out to. I think it's close to like 5%. But I want to give you guys a look in here at this bucket, and we're going to discuss the yeast. As you can see, it's got a, maybe you can't see, it's got this real thick, heavy, creamy foam on top. That's because it's starting to ferment already. So these apples came with their own yeast, and I'm just going to go with it. I'm not going to add any of my own yeast. I'm not going to add any more sugar. I'm going to put this in a cool, dark place. Well, dang it, I always forget this part. Actually, I am going to put a lid on this thing, put my airlock in the top. Now I'm going to leave it in a cool, dark place to ferment while I watch the airlock. I really appreciate everybody stopping by, watching me make this cider. Hit that subscribe button, hang around, I'll do some updates. We'll see if we can't turn this into a decent hard cider. Please, remember to adopt a pet, support your local animal shelters. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Black soaking wet cheesecloth over the top. It's not cheesecloth, dipshit. It's a pot. It's a 4-gallon canning pot. Just say it. 4-gallon canning pot. It's not a jar. It's not a stainless steel something. It's a 4-gallon canning pot.